So I'm having a chat with Max of Deco. How are you?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. So first things first, we've been playing a new single of yours called Photograph. Tell us a little bit about the single, first of all.
So it's a track we actually wrote back in sort of 2021. It's been hanging around for a while. We've been playing it on tour, and then we recorded it amongst lots of other songs last year. So yeah, it's been one we've kind of been in and out of the set lists, and we thought it was going down well. So we thought, yeah, let's just release it, I guess. So yeah, we're excited to get it out.
Yeah, good. And this is the start of more new music to come across the rest of this year.
Yeah, lots of new music, more music than we've ever released in 1 year. So it's going to be a big one.
Nice. And are we gearing up towards maybe an EP or an album release at some point
Yeah, definitely. Can't specify which, but I can definitely confirm there's something big coming. So yeah,
this year?
yeah, definitely, yeah.
Nice, nice. And the music that is to come this year, how is it sounding in comparison to the stuff of yours that's already out there?
It's a slight. We've evolved very slightly. I think we've always kind of been this kind of synth pop outfit, but we and there's obviously influences of 80s stuff in there as well. I think a bit more kind of French pop has sort of crept into this new stuff. Some slightly more funky things. So yeah, I guess it's kind of a natural progression. But yeah, it's kind of what you come to expect from Deco in terms of kind of its upliftingness and good vibes. But there's a bit more kind of French stuff sonically, I guess, which is coming through various different influences. So.
Nice, nice. Great to hear. And you've mentioned touring. You've got loads more touring coming up this year. Across the summer, you're also on the road with Nile Rodgers. I bet you can't wait to be on tour with him and Chic.
Yeah, absolutely buzzing for that. I remember we supported them once, I think it was 2021, similar time to when we were at Photograph actually. And I remember thinking, God, it'd be amazing to do this more than once. Because like the atmosphere was amazing and obviously we got loads of fans from it as well. So the thought of doing that every night for sort of 10 nights in a row, well not quite in a row, but 10 nights. Yeah, really can't wait for that.
Yeah, and then you've got your own tour towards the end of this year as well.
Yeah, we're playing like 15 dates or so across the UK. Biggest venues we've ever done. So yeah, really excited about that.
And
Yeah, so starting in Birmingham and ending in Brighton.
yeah, nice. And the summer season's mainly festival season. Have you got many festivals lined up?
Yeah, we've got a few different ones we've not actually played before. I think next year is going to be a big one for festivals. The main outdoor shows we're doing this year are the Nile shows, and then we're doing a show with Madness and Rick Astley as well. So yeah, there's absolutely loads going on in summer. I said a mixture of kind of medium-sized festivals, and they are escaping me at the moment. But yeah, they're all on our all on our website.
Cool, cool. I'd like to talk a little bit about the writing side of things as well. So for you guys, how do tracks normally start off?
To be honest with you, it varies, but most of the stuff recently, we've kind of started. So there's three kind of core songwriters in the band: me, myself, and John, and other John. So two Johns and me. Um, and yeah, so we with this set of songs, we basically kind of wrote them on individually, and then came together and kind of developed them together. So we've kind of got an equal amount of songs on whatever it is we're going to be releasing. And yeah, we go to the studio and kind of fine tune things. But yeah, we kind of got to a place where we've tried writing in lots of different ways with other songwriters and um, together and so on. And we'd kind of, I guess we'd all kind of honed in on the sound individually. I felt like the best stuff that came out was what came out naturally when we had our own time. We weren't in a session to write a song. Do you know what I mean? Like, things that came naturally. So for me, I'd wake up with a melody in my head or something like that. Um, yeah, and I think that's sometimes when the best songs happen when you're not really expecting it. Sometimes I've got loads of voice notes on my phone of when I'm on the tube and things like that. Sometimes these ideas come when you're not prepared and in the studio. So yeah, I'd say that's probably how this set of songs has come about via that really.
Nice. And what about the lyrics side of things? How easy do you find it to put lyrics to the melody and the music that's been created?
Um, for me, the melody definitely comes first, but sometimes, sometimes with the melody comes a lyric. Um, and so sometimes it happens totally naturally, and the kind of song kind of blossoms from that point. And sometimes you've got a melody in your head and you've got something you really want to say. So sometimes it can be more tricky because you've got the constraints of the melody and what you want to say. But yeah, I think generally speaking, I think everything came quite naturally. There was maybe like one or two songs that were slightly different, and slightly more difficult and more of a challenge to kind of piece together. We found that definitely on the last EP we did. We were kind of really going back and forth with lyrics because they were older songs and we were trying to change them around. But because these were all fresh and new, I don't know, they just seem to come together a bit more naturally.
Yeah, fair enough. And you started off, and you've been doing some putting your own rendition of some big classic tracks that are out there. Is that something you want to continue doing going into the future as well, or are you onto your own stuff now?
Well, yeah, I mean, we've always done our own stuff. And before the lockdown when we started doing the mashups, we had EPs and stuff out. It was kind of our formative years, I suppose, before then. But and the mashups started to kick everything off, and people who heard the mashups then moved on to our own songs, which is kind of always the aim. So I think if while those mashups are working and while people are kind of finding our own music via the mashups, I think why not? It's kind of a no-brainer, really. And also they're really good fun. Not it's not just for finding new fans. It's kind of I quite enjoy kind of musical mashups. So yeah, I mean we haven't done any new ones for a little while because we're focusing on what all of our new music that's coming out at the moment. But we'll definitely be drip feeding some new ones here and there. So yeah.
Nice. And as you guys are fairly new, I'd like to find out how you guys got together and started this band.
So I mean, Deco have been going, I'd say, since 2017 or so, and I'm kind of the last member of that 2017 setup, if you like. And we've kind of taken a while to kind of find the five that we are now. I was in other bands before, and the two Johns were in their band, so it's kind of an amalgamation of two bands fundamentally in terms of writing. And then we needed a sax player. Lucy's my sister, so I was obviously a natural thing. And then our drummer left, and we met Tom at another gig while we were on tour. Came for a beer with us after the show, so he felt like a really natural person to ask when our drummer left in 2020, I think that was, just before the lockdown. So yeah, since 2021, I guess we've kind of been this solid five piece. So it's taken a while to kind of find our sort of lineup, but yeah, I think since then we've been you can tell it's been everything's kind of been set on a trajectory rather than kind of trying to find ourselves both in terms of our lineup and musically, I think.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And you must have a whole list of aspirations of things you want to achieve. But if you had to pick one thing that you really want to do as a musician and an artist, what would it have to be?
I think a charting album definitely is definitely on the kind of targets, I suppose. But I think also doing an arena tour with huge artists, that would be really cool, or even a stadium tour. Who knows? But I mean, we've already got the Nile Rodgers stuff already, so yeah. I don't know. I think basically in terms of like our shows, I'd love to get to kind of a Brixton Academy level. That'd be kind of, I guess it's a realistic thing, but
Yeah,
also a big achievement. So it's something we're definitely kind of striving for in the next few years.
nice. Sounds good to me. Max, it's been a pleasure having a chat with you.
Likewise, thanks for having me.